The events of this story revolve around the 20-year-old girl, Amal, who was only interested in one thing in her life, which is her studies and academic excellence, so she did not have any relationships of any kind in her life, as she was only studying. This was not the case for Muhammad, who is Amal's cousin, as he loved her madly and was always proposing to her, but he always received the same response, which is rejection. He refused 4 times, and the last time he tried to propose to her, she categorically rejected him and told him that she is not thinking of marriage now and will not be engaged until after completing her studies and fixing her feet in a suitable job for her. Muhammad had a picture of Amal when he returned home. He kept addressing that picture and reproaching her for this rejection in anger and rage, and he tells her that it is his and no one will take it from him, and Muhammad's condition worsened so much that he remained confined to his room, and when they entered him they found him to have committed suicide by hanging and left a message: Gariba, death is not the end of pain, but rather the beginning of painful torment. For my death, I have to return. Muhammad's room contained a set of books about preparing the jinn, which is the complete opposite of what was known about him, and the first days after Muhammad's death passed without anything happening, except that after the first week had passed, when Amal was about to enter the bathroom, he heard her screaming, and when they reached her she was unconscious, and when she woke up, I told them that she saw an ugly face in the bathroom mirror, and that the owner of the face reached out his hand and held her arm, so she felt as if she was burning, and indeed they found the place of the burnt hand on her arm. So the father brought a sheikh, and when he came, he told them that there is an evil spirit in the place that must be expelled, otherwise it will cause harm, and the preparation and expulsion session will take place after 3 days. Those 3 days were one of the memorable days in Amal's life, as she turned into something very bad, until she had to eat insects and walk on all 4s, and her face turned into an ugly shape and her body withered. The time for the expulsion session came, and the sheikh came with 3 people, and they sat around her bed and started reading the Quran, and Amal was making strange noises as if someone was tormenting inside her and threatening and telling him that he was subjected to a task that he touched based on a work of magic. So the sheikhs continued reading until black smoke came out of her. There was a fire in his hollow, and hope calmed down, but the sheikh said that there was work buried in the grave of the lover. Voices indicate that something is tormented inside, and that curse ended and Amal returned to her life normally and excelled in her